We live in an agricultural community, so many parents and also some students work in the agricultural fields. They'll pick the fruit, and someone will also work in the packing sheds. Although they come to this country for new opportunities and opportunities for their children, their priorities when they get there are survival.
Okay, line up, everybody, line up. Okay, exciting news. Mark Antonio Solis called me, his manager, not him. But Mark Antonio Solis, and he wants us to open, if it goes through, he wants us to open in Portland, Seattle, and in Wenatchee. What do you guys think? Is that cool? You guys want to meet Mark Antonio Solis? Yes, I'm really excited. I mean, to be a high school group to be chosen to play in front of the big Mark Antonio Solis, this is just too cool. So a lot of good things are happening. Let's warm up. Okay, G scale, ready? Playing mariachi music, it's all pride. G scale, 1, 2, 3, 4. When they pick up that violin and hold the notes out, it's something you feel in your soul. It feels it in your heart. This program brings high level of expectations, high level of goals. I see a revolutionary change in our students.
When you're a first-generation family, your parents are born in Mexico or in Latin America. And then they come to this country, which also brings with it a huge percentage of parents that are not educated formally. Sometimes the priority of education is not necessarily, even though they believe education is important, it's not necessarily right there at the forefront.
Okay, let's play it together, and then we'll do the entire group, and then we'll do singing. I come from a family of mariachi musicians. My mom is a mariachi, my brother. I played professionally, but then once I started teaching youth, I never went back. Match them. So, not la 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 la. We want to da 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 da. When I first got here in 2005, about 40% of the program didn't graduate high school. The first note, ready? Yeah, the first note. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Their dreams were just to finish high school, get a job, or go work in agriculture.
The legal status of a percentage of our students is a big hurdle. You know, the parents will bring their children here, or they'll come and then all of a sudden they have a child here. But that doesn't mean they went through the legalization process of the United States. You know, it's a lot better here than over where they're coming from, obviously. Otherwise, they wouldn't be coming to this country. Legal status does get in the way of some very bright students in our school.
Okay, here we go. Big sound. Big sound. Okay, look at how they hold their instruments. Shoulders back, chest out, proud. In the beginning, that's all we work on. How do you perform? And teaching them mannerisms and teaching them the confidence to be successful in society. Wenatchee, Wenatchee, big voice. No, Wenatchee, Wenatchee, no talking to the teeth. Open your mouth. When I first got here, we had about 100 students in the program. Now we have 300 students district-wide that are learning mariachi music. a folk art form that's over 100 years old. But what the most important was our graduation rate. Wenatchee! See, it's a deep voice. I want them to be all-around students, where they're good at their academics, and then they're good at their musicianship. And since 2009, we said, let's take it to the next level. This is our theme song, right? You don't see Superman when he comes out, and they're like, dun, da, da, da. Ever since 2009, we had a 100% graduation rate. I mean, they're like, right? They're going, da, 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 da.
Right now it's quiet because it's where when you get the most work done is in the morning when it's school. It seems like a complicated process at first because I mean you have to choose every fruit. Like you just learn to follow certain rules and they seem to always work. The tiring part is going up these stairs like all day.
Some will work night jobs, which gets in the way of their education sometimes because they are exhausted. They'll leave school and they'll go to work.
It's pretty dangerous going up there. My mom, she had to get back surgery because she slipped off one of the steps. Well, when you're walking on here, you drag mud on your boots and shoes, and it'll stick onto the ladders when it's like wet because they wet all the trees every once in a while. And well, she slipped off the second step, and then she hit, and that was just on the second step, and then she hit her back and broke one of her discs. My mom was the one cooking in the morning. Yeah, she could walk now. She got surgery, but she can't lift more than like around 20 pounds. So she stopped working altogether. That's when their older kids really stepped in to work. Like actually work, because usually we just help them out.
The family is the most important thing. The student saying, okay, you know what? Family needs me.
When we think of a farm worker or someone picks apples and works in the orchard, it's not high salary. They're making just enough money to support their family. That's why they work so hard, but they can't be picking apples till they're 60. They could find better paying jobs and professional careers where they could help their families.
In our culture, I mean, when you're a first generation, it's difficult to see that your children are just going to go off to college and not stay at home and help support the family. Especially the females, the girls, who's supposed to be the caretaker, who's supposed to, hey, get married, you know, have a family. But for first generation, that is very difficult. It takes a very special parent to allow a girl in the Latino culture to go off to college.
A lot of students in my class don't see there's opportunities out there for them. They just see Wenatchee. They don't see the big world out there. Esme, we're good? All right, let's go. Guys ready? Another show, come on. Come on, where's the I know. I love it. Get them all on a bus and go to the University of Washington, just walking on that campus. They just need to see it once. It's a life-changing experience.
Yeah, there's water. My parents came here when they were like 20. They did not go to college. My dad, he opened a bakery. I want to be their like pride for why they came. Mr. Rivera pushes us to not just graduate from high school, but go to a college or go to a university.
My dad doesn't really want us working because he says we should concentrate more in school. Yeah, University of Washington, that's my goal.
Part of it is the awareness that we put across to our students. You could give your parents a better life, you could give your family a better life, and the answer to that is education.
I come from an agricultural family, and I'm pretty sure my parents didn't come up, hey, by the way, I'm not here legally. I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of parents and students who that's something they want to keep private.
Every year we go to Olympia, and we play for Latino Legislative Day. And we meet with all our legislators, and we meet with the lieutenant governor, the governor, not just a photo opportunity, but an opportunity to express what our community needs.
My parents are very involved and also said, hey, education is the way to go. If I wouldn't have been able to take out loans like many, I wouldn't have, I don't know if I would have been able to finish.
The governor asked us to perform for the signing of the DREAM Act. That was something very special for our students.
So when the DREAM Act passed, that was a big starting point.
Change now for several years is to make sure that every student who graduates from high school can find a way to finance their college education.
I've spoken to many Latino students who are afraid to take those loans. And I was like, you know what? My parents were the same way. How are we gonna pay for that? We can't pay for that. You gotta look at it as a self-investment. You're investing in yourself and in your future.
Yeah, come in the front, come in the front. Eric, he's been a leader, our vice president this year. He got accepted to Eastern Washington University, Central Washington University, and Washington State University. Let's give him a big round of applause. Now, he was raised by a single mother, and his whole thing was to make mother proud. Every day he went to school saying, I'm gonna make life better for you, Mom.
My freshman year, I'm like, I need to support them. I need to help my mom. I need to help my brother. I need to help them. And I wanted, like every summer since I was 12, I was working in the orchards, like helping support them, like they need to pay bills. But then Mr. Rivera came along, and he's like, you need to go to college. If you really want to help your family, support them, you do the good thing and go to college. Educate yourself.
And he does it for his mom, who sacrificed so much for him. He was the first in his family to go to a university. And then we have Joanna. Joanna is graduating, top of her class. She got accepted to the University of Washington, and she is going to be starting in the fall. So we are just really excited to have Joanna be part of the program. She had a really rough sophomore year, but she turned things around because of this program. So let's hear it for Joanna going to UW. Go Dogs, right? And Yahaira, since the 4th grade, she said she wanted to be in Mariachi Huenachi, but her dream was to go to college. Yahaira will be her first in her family to go to university. Name all the universities you got accepted to.
George Fox University, which is in Oregon, Central, WSU. Situation in my family was, we had really hard situations and where my mom had to travel out of town in order to get work, and I was left by myself for quite a few months, just me. And so I thought about, okay, well, work seems like the only picture in the frame for right now. And then once I started seeing more of my peers started getting accepted to colleges, getting scholarships, and since we started traveling more to universities, I felt really inspired. I was like, I want to go here. I want to be somebody in life. I don't want to be working in the orchards. That's not for me.
So guys, this could be you in 2 years. This could be all of you. When these students get accepted to university, it's like winning the lottery. And now we see students going to the University of Washington, going to Central, going to WSU. They wouldn't dream about going to those schools without going in this program.
Listen up, everybody. Look at the position where you're at. This is gonna be the center. Once you guys start the show, this side, you will be one, you will be one. Once you guys are done, same deal. You're gonna exit the same way you guys came out in the same order, please.
The students get to play with the best musicians in the world. They're going to be opening for Marco Antonio Solis, which is a 5-time Grammy Award-winning musician. I used to have to call and say, hey, you want my group to perform? Hey, let's do it. Not anymore. They've been calling us because of the reputation that they have. Our top group, Mariachi Huenachi, when they perform, they are the stars of this city. They're the pride of this city, especially to our Hispanic Latino community.
Not only are students participating in mariachi in their cultural activity, but also graduating high school and looking beyond. Other Latino students, they see the Mariachi Huenachi when they're out in the hallways. They see the students who are in the program performing at events in the community. You hear about it in the newspaper. So it's not only do we have a great sound, but our academics are high, and we are not going to allow a student who's failing a class to perform. The standard is raised.
Yeah. Can I borrow it? Yeah. Well, I'm not sure 5 minutes to what. It's like right here. Thank you. I'm excited. Yeah, my last year here, so might as well do something big, right?
Yeah. You're graduating this year?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited to get that over with.
Are you going to college?
Of course. I'm applying at Gonzaga, UW, WSU, and CLU, but we'll see which one accepts me. I'm praying UW does, but they have a mind of its own.
Where do you want to?
Where's Esme? Over there. Did you see the earrings were in the emergency box? I don't have any.
I treat this program as a leadership program. We're building our own role models, people that are going to give back to their community. You guys worked extremely hard for the last 3 weeks on this. I want you guys to just relax. You're fine. Don't get nervous, okay?
Afuera, pero el día en que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Llorar y llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te vas a quedar. por Dios que borracha vengo, que me siga la tambora, que me toque del quelite, después del niño perdido y por último el torito pa' que vean cómo le pinto. Ay, 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 mamá, por Dios. A ver, no se me quedaron calladitos otra vez. ¡Un aplauso! Ahora sí, ahora sí los escucho.
These kids believe that they could do better. They're going to be the advocates for their education. They're going to be the advocates for their community. They believe they could change society.
Este amor apasionado anda todo alborotado por volver. Voy camino a la locura y aunque todo es tortura, sé que nos dejamos hace tiempo, pero me llegó el momento de perder. Tú tenías mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón y me muero por volver y volver, volver a tus brazos otra vez. Llegaré hasta donde estés. Yo sé perder, quiero volver, volver, volver. Gracias, muchas gracias.